Well, this will be my first trial run with the custom 3-point and the Brindley plow. We'll see how this setup works. Well, after the first pass here, didn't do too bad. Need to do some adjustment, of course, but it likes to dig really deep, so I gotta adjust that up so I can hold it a little better, not have to play with the 3-point as much. But we'll do some adjustment there and see how she does the next rip. So for my adjustment, I just moved this down so that way the plow will go in the ground a little deeper, because it seemed like this all was touching. So we'll see if the plow will go down more without the 3-point going down as much. And then we'll start with adjusting the plow after this. But we'll get you set up here and try and go a little quicker for the dirt to flip over better, and see how she does. So what I'm noticing is this plow keeps shifting over with weight or pressure put against it. So I'm going to shift it over so it'll plow a little straighter, because right now it's trying to take too big a cut. I had this same issue with the sleeve hitch setup, that I had to set my tire over on the right side of the furrow because my plow kept shifting over. So I'm going to have to fix that on this setup as well. And I'm going to tighten up my 3-point arm so that way it won't let it flex over as much, because right now you can see it's got some free float. I'm going to adjust it so that way it won't float this way. So to overcompensate for this plow moving over, I'm going to shift it so that way when you put it in the ground, it'll be shifted to the right, and then when it goes and digs, it'll come back to the left and be center. Better. We'll set this up again and see how she does this time. So I'll show you what I mean by it's overcutting. So you can see my tire track was right here, and this plow should come right up to the edge with the right side of the plow looking from the back and flip all this over into here. You can see it started off well over here like how you're supposed to, but as I kept going, it would shift over and then go back into the where it's supposed to be cutting and just flip it on top. So well, it's getting better, but we're gonna have to do some more adjustment. I think I'm gonna have to shove this plow over more, a set of holes, and then it probably is gonna cut how it's supposed to. So I'm gonna switch this over and see how it does. So I did a little bit of adjustment. I'm running into the issue of I have more down travel than up travel. So at the hauling state, this is how far off the ground it is. It's sagging right now because of the pump, but also it likes to go a lot deeper than what I can control. So when it sucks it down in the ground, I don't have enough time to pull it up before I start spinning because of the low volume of the pump and cylinder. And then also I had to add this pin right here because it keeps pulling that section of my custom 3-point off and not letting me lift it as well, and probably stripping out my keyway. So I had to shove it back over, put that pin in, so now that's fixed. But I'm pretty sure my issue now is it just needs a gauge wheel to hold it at the level that it's supposed to be. So I'll try one more time, get a good plow in, because this is about the depth you want. So I'll try and do it one more time, get a good row in, and then I'll probably return this video at a plow day with probably a gauge wheel. I'll probably put a gauge wheel on this, but we'll set you right here and make another pass with the custom 3-point setup. So for sure I need to move this plow over, because as you can see, it is catching on this uncut ground. Right here's uncut, here's cut. You can see right here, not cut, cutting, and there's a good like tire width of gap. So it's doing all right. You definitely have to play with the up down, because when you set the plow down, this space under here comes up on the plow, so then your depth on the 3-point is lower than you'd want, and then this will dig deeper and you have to catch it and pull it back up before you start spinning like you've seen. But move that plow over a hole, and I think it'll do pretty good with the gauge wheel, because setting the depth is so difficult. I have to play with it every time, but it's definitely got the power to do it. It's just getting the setup right. So we'll leave it off there, and we'll come back with probably a plow day video, and I'll put a gauge wheel on and set those holes over a little more. I thank you for watching the video, and hopefully you tune in for the next time.